Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create boundaries, sections and routes using the Hydromagic software. This is essential for planning and conducting efficient hydrographic surveys. Let's jump right in. First, let's launch the Hydromagic software. Open a new project. Make sure we have our map and all our data files ready. Click on File, New Project and select your new project. Edit the name folder of the project. Then we navigate to the folder directory where we want to save our project. After that has been accomplished, we set our coordinate system parameters, which is in our case is the WGS84 zone 30 north. Select create when done. Now to create our base map used for the work, import your map by clicking File, then Import. Navigate to the import directory file and then select and open that file. Click Yes to import the base map. Note, the map can either be imported as a TIFF file or it can be downloaded directly from the internet to be used for the work. Due to the size of the file, sometimes it takes a while for the map to load onto the Hydromagic software. Your map should now be displayed in the main window any moment from now. For the purpose of this project, the map was saved as a TIFF file, which is currently displayed on your screen. You can pan and zoom in your map to see details from the map that was imported. Now, to create a boundary, go to the Boundary tab on the left panel, click Draw Boundary, use the cursor to click around the area you want to define as your survey boundary. This usually takes a while if the boundary shape is irregular. Now to draw your boundary, you left click along the area of interest you want to use as your boundary. Click gradually or steadily along the boundary of interest. Make sure to take into account all edges of the boundary in the event of the shape being irregular. This usually takes time. When you get to the edge of the boundary, right click to finish. Now, when the boundary is done, you realize a pop-up is displayed. You either leave the default name or you rename for easy identification. OK when you are done. You can edit the boundary points by selecting boundary vertices and dragging them to the desired location. Rename your boundary for easy reference by right-clicking on it in the left panel and selecting Rename. To see the full extent of your boundary, right-click on your boundary and select Zoom Extent. Now, let's create a section within our boundary. Now, to create sections, right-click within the boundary and select Add Sections. Similarly, you can go to the Settings tab, click Add Sections. Click on the map to define the start and end points of your section. You can add multiple sections by repeating this process. When the section is done, created, you click on OK to finish. The section has been successfully created. Now you can move the section either parallel or perpendicular to the boundary that has been created. Normally the sections are stretched a little bit beyond the boundary. In the event the sections are created, so they are trimmed within the created boundary. Now, to create multiple sections, you click on the sections button, a pop-up displayed, you click on manage sections, and then to generate your sections from the pane or the pop-up that is displayed, you make sure you edit your prefix name for the sections. You indicate your line intervals. You select whether you want your section, the maiden section created, to be either perpendicular or parallel. Then you select the boundary for which the sections are to be created within. After all this has been done, you click on OK. Another pop-up is displayed. Now you uncheck the maiden section so that it doesn't interfere with the final display. When done, you OK to create your section. The procedure can be repeated for the same boundary, but this time at a different interval, to see how best fits that interval is going to impact our output data. When we are OK with our settings, we uncheck the maiden section and we OK to display our created section. Now, let's create a route for our survey. You go to the Routes tab, click on Add Routes, click on a map to add waypoints for your route. These waypoints will guide your USV along the desired path. Right-click to finish the route. You can adjust the waypoints by dragging them to new locations. Rename your route by right-clicking on it in the left panel and selecting Rename. Likewise, you can manually inspect the direction of your route. If it is undesired, you can redirect them accordingly to suit the nearest point of interest. Congratulations, your route has been created. Finally, export your boundary, section and route for use in your survey. Click the file, then export and choose the appropriate file format. In our case, we are using the ASCII file format because the Ocean Alpha base station software accepts either a text file or a DXF file. Navigate to your directory of the file to export. Now, click on Save to set your parameters. From the pop-up that is displayed, you define your text to save. Then you go on to your data fields. And likewise, subsequently go on to your field separator. You OK to display your ASCII file created. Your ASCII file has been successfully created. Now the Ocean Alpha software accepts either a DXF or a text file. So we are going to export our ASCII file into a text format so it can be successfully imported. You navigate to the directory for which you want to save your exported data. But before then, you make sure your data is formatted into the latitude and longitude format. You click to save when done. And there you have it. You've successfully created boundaries, sections, and routes using the Hydromagic software. This will help you plan and execute hydrographic surveys more efficiently. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more tutorials and tech tips. See you next time.